Assalamu alaikum guys. What a week it has been. Chaotic, life-changing, dangerous. And I'm not just talking about the US elections.
Mr. Donald Trump.
Loads of terror attacks have been happening. Our prayers and condolences go out to the families and the communities that are struggling and suffering. But guys, I also want to point out certain hypocrisies, certain inconsistencies that have been present within the media and how they have peddled a certain narrative and omitted certain stories. That's right, you have heard only a few terrorist attacks, but other terrorist attacks have not been mentioned. And my question is, why? Okay guys, so let me start off with an ISIS attack. This happened a couple of days ago, on the 2nd of November. Whilst everybody was talking about the attack in Austria, there was a ISIS attack in Afghanistan. That's right, and in a university where students were being shot at. And there were 12 people that were killed. And if that's not all, a week before, again in Afghanistan, in an education center, there was another ISIS attack in which 40 students, 40 were killed. Now, as you guys are familiar with the attack that happened in Austria and France, and if you're following BBC and Sky, there is live footage and you've got the person on the scene and you got the latest developments and people are watching, with their hearts in their throats and really tense. Where was the live footage when it came to Afghanistan? Forget live footage. Where were the headlines? I was checking on my BBC app and my Sky app. I didn't see anything. In fact, it was only through Twitter that I came across a BBC link. Then I clicked on it and then I went on it. Otherwise, had it not been for somebody sharing the link, I would never have known. So let's move on to the second attack that you're familiar with that happened in Austria, in Vienna. Ludicrous, it was done by an ISIS sympathizer, and 2 Muslim Turks were dubbed as heroes because they were going and protecting and saving the police and the general public. And not to mention 1 Muslim Palestinian as well, who was also dubbed a hero, who was also protecting the police and the people there. But the question arises, if this is a Muslim and an Islamic problem, why are Muslims who follow Islam going in and protecting the citizens? And why on earth is it that we're being killed by ISIS in Afghanistan?
Gotcha.
Let me move on to the third one, in Avignon. We're familiar with what was going on in France, but there was another guy, who shouted Allah Akbar. Probably obviously massacred the Tajweed first before doing anything else. People started saying, he's a Muslim mate, here to take away blah blah. And it ended up being a far right guy and he was brandishing his gun, pointing at the police, and he got shot dead. Let's move on to number 4. In Canada and Quebec. This again, very similar date, 2nd of November still. He killed 2 people with a giant Japanese sword. Is that not newsworthy? Well, I didn't come across it, mate. I came across it on somebody's Twitter page. I found the link and then I found the news article. How come this bloke isn't a terrorist, mate? Well, he's not brown? He's not a Muslim? What is this unjust and unequal brandishing of the word terrorist and extremist? You got France in Lyon. A priest was shot. Oh my words. People started going ballistic. Oh, these Muslims are shooting our priests. What on earth is going on, mate? This is absolute mind-blowing. And you know what the irony was? The priest was shot by another priest. I mean, I don't know what to say, frankly. Then people shut up about it. Nothing about Christianity, about priest on priest violence. Let's rewrite the Bible. Nah, none of that, mate. If it doesn't meet their agenda, if it doesn't make it seem like, the Muslim bogeyman, mate, here he comes with his beard. What we notice from all of this is ISIS. ISIS is the issue and the problem. ISIS was born. Yes, that's right. It was born from the illegal war in Iraq.
The undeniably would be no ISIS if we had not invaded Iraq.
ISIL is a direct outgrowth of al-Qaeda in Iraq that grew out of our invasion, which is an example of unintended consequence.
And a secret analysis by the agency you ran, the Defense Intelligence Agency, in August 2012 said, and I quote, that, quote, is there is a possibility of establishing a declared or undeclared Salafist principality in eastern Syria, and this is exactly what the supporting powers to the opposition want in order to isolate the Syrian regime. The US saw the ISIL caliphate coming and did nothing.
When ISIS was starting off, who let it grow? Who funded it? Who promoted it? Again, it's the land of the free and the brave.
We have totally destabilized the Middle East. It's a disaster.
That's right, it was being used for political gains. And then when it spirals out of control, rather than the US and the Western nations bowing their heads in humbleness and saying, you know what, we're the cause of this and we're going to deal with it, blah, blah, blah. No! On top of that, they're becoming more arrogant and saying, it's the Muslims. We need to change the book. And the Muslims should be ashamed of them. Shut up.
All right. See, my mother don't talk to me like that.
You're the problem. You deal with it. Don't make it seem like it's my religion and I'm the problem.
Instead of the American white man eliminating the causes that create that condition, he tries to cover it up by accusing his accusers of teaching hate. But actually, they're just exposing him for being responsible for what exists.
I'm going to go out and I'm going to be me because I know my religion. I know the benefit that it has given and the benefit it can give and it will give, even to the people watching. Well, especially the people that are sincere. You will see the benefit that Islam has and you will see why the Muslims are so steadfast despite all of this going on. Because I know it's difficult, you constantly see stuff in the media, but you have to take time to decipher the stories. Otherwise it is gonna affect you. I will leave it there, guys. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum